correct me if I'm wrong, all of the real estate agents that's out there, if you're making like $8,000, $9,000 every 90 days, right? Or you're closing one transaction every 3 months, or you're a new real estate agent, especially with EXP, and you want to do real estate full time, but you still need a source of income, loan signing work can provide that income. Once you do one loan signing, that's $100 to $150, even sometimes $200 for that one transaction, for that hour and 15 minute transaction, right?
Yep.
You'll get paid right then, 30 days later, if it's from a signing company, or almost immediately if it's from an escrow company. So look at this notary signing work as a great, in my opinion, a great compliment. And you agree or no?
Yeah, I mean, and you know, for me, it's not my primary thing, right? And I don't even like to call it a side hustle. It's a compliment, right? If I think of myself as a corporation, right? Victor Chambers as a corporation, I try to diversify myself to be able to offer different services to different people and different solutions to different people for different things, right? Now that's not like a whole bunch of stuff, but it's definitely a finite set of things that, you know, I try to focus on. And then to the question of whether it's a conflict of interest, you know, I mean, obviously people have to pay attention to whatever their state laws and regulations are. But, you know, if I'm as a real estate agent, when I show up to a notary appointment, you know, or to a loan signing, in that appointment, I'm a notary, I'm a loan signing agent, right? I don't even tell people I'm a real estate agent, you know, unless, you know, a conversation kind of goes in that direction. Then I disclose, because obviously, you know, as a real estate agent, you have to disclose, but I'm not like in that conversation, oh, here's my business card when you're ready to sell. Like, I'm not doing any of that. I think that's, you know, that's not very, I think that's a little tacky, you know, when you're there as the notary. So in that appointment, I'm there. You know, when I'm there, I'm a notary. I'm not marketing myself as an agent, but then, you know, as a notary and as a loan signing agent, you know, I think the conflict of interest potentially comes in if like you have a financial interest in the transaction itself. So, you know, typically as notaries and as loan signing agents, we're doing, you know, closings for people that we don't know, you know, for strangers, right? Like, I have a team here in New Jersey, well, across, you know, across the country, you know, with EXP. And like, I don't think I would do like a loan signing or a closing for anyone in my team. Although, like, I don't benefit from that transaction directly, it's someone in my team. And so I may benefit like indirectly because it helps my team, right? So like stuff like that, where it becomes a little blurry, I would avoid stuff like that as much as I can. But besides that, I mean, I don't really see where the conflict of interest is, you know, if I don't have anything to gain financially or otherwise from, you know, doing that loan signing.
That was a great nugget. If you're both a real estate agent and a loan signing agent, you're there for separate jobs. So if you're going for a notary work and you're doing a loan closing, you're there as a notary, not a real estate agent.
Right.
And same thing if you're being a real estate agent. At the same point, correct me if I'm wrong, you can market yourself a little in terms of, hey, I'm also a notary, if you're trying to gain a client or something like that. But in that aspect, you're a real estate agent. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, when I'm a real estate agent, you know, I'll tell people I'm a notary, but I don't do it the other way around.
Yeah.
You know? So it's
a loan closing, and then all of a sudden, like, I think I should get a piece of that commission too, because I'm here.
Yeah, like I was in a closing a couple weeks ago for a client that bought a property, and you know, I'm sitting there, and this was, I think, kind of when I first started, and you know, there was a signing agent there, and I'm like, you know, she was very nice, and I was just kind of teasing her, and you know, looking at her little system and her little setup. And kind of say, I know what you're doing over there, you know. And she was like, oh, okay. And she was like, these are proprietary secrets, you know. So we kind of bust each other's chops a little bit, but you know, it's all good.
And there's the communication and the connection with other things by you being there, having those two roles.
Yeah.
Do Well, for real estate, for the real estate agents out there that, or the people that want to become real estate agents, how much do you make normally per year as a real estate agent? Or what was your
Yeah.
best year?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think this year will probably be my best year.
Hmm.
And I mean, I definitely clear six figures.
Mm.
Last year was not that great as an agent. I was, still kind of transitioning from, being, W-2 Wall Street guy, to, and trying to get some traction last year. This year, I should do pretty well. I also did a fair amount of, wholesaling last year.
Mm.
And I've done a little wholesaling this year. But, you know, it's been good. I mean, I'm what's interesting, right, is that I'm not like making millions of dollars right now yet, right?
Mm.
But there's a difference between, and I was doing pretty well, making over six figures, making like 5-figure bonuses, on Wall Street, right? There's a difference between making that kind of money when someone else is writing the check and
Mm.
making maybe less money, but when you're in control of it,
Mm.
So I would almost rather make 75,000 that I generated, and be
Converting for
happy
somebody, yeah.
than 150 working for someone else, and kind of
Mm.
being subject to their schedule, their timing. If I can make half of that, on my own, and on my own schedule, I think that's probably, a little bit of a better lifestyle,
Mm.
and more peace, but
Mm.
look, everyone is different. So some people may say, no, I'm going to take the 150 and go, or whatever the number is, right? So it just depends. But, obviously, being able to, make your own money and have control over your situation is, it's a great feeling.
Mm. I don't want to take up too much of your time. So this is going to be the last question. And I think we covered it, but I still want your clear, concise
Yeah.
answer to this. For new realtors or NSA
Yeah.
agents, would you say for them to do both, or would you say for them to keep it separate in terms of their respective career paths,
Yeah.
or how would you tell them to go about it? Would you say to become a real estate agent first and then become an NSA, or would you say become an NSA first or then become a real estate agent? What would you tell them to do?
Yeah. I think the I think the barrier to entry for both of them is pretty low.
Mm.
And people make jokes about that. You say anybody can be a real estate agent or anybody can be a notary, but the fact is anyone can't. I mean, people can. You can be it if you want to be it, but the question is, can you be successful? Like, are you an entrepreneur? Like, can you run and manage a business?
Yeah.
I mean, I would recommend. It's probably a lower barrier of entry and a lower investment to become a notary. So I think if people are watching this and they're trying to figure out like what to do first, I mean, having gone through both processes, becoming a notary and being a loan signing agent, it's probably a lot faster. With real estate, being an agent, you're going to have to go to school, for at least 2 weeks if you do it straight through, like I did, 2 weeks every day, like 9 to 5 or whatever it was, or longer if you go part time. But I think it all depends on what you want to do, and for me, it just makes sense to kind of do them together.
Mm.
But everyone that becomes a notary and a loan signing agent might not want to sell houses, But look at it this way, and I'm sure you know this. If you ask me, everybody should have a real estate, like not everybody, but
No.
I feel like if you ever plan on buying a house, like I've bought houses, and I got a commission by representing myself,
Mm-hmm.
buying a house. So I mean, if you think about it, everyone can benefit from being a real estate agent. Now, everyone is not going to, like I said, be successful or want to really hardcore pursue it. But, everyone, there's opportunity, but, it just kind of really boils down to, what people want to do. And if real estate in general, right, is something that people are interested in. Like, I feel like it's important to, diversify. And so I look at a lot of different things, like, all the tangents and the kind of peripheral, careers around real estate, and say, well, does it make sense for me to do this? Does it make sense for me to do that? And so people, I think, need to just figure out what that set of things is that they want to do.
I think that's when I first became a realtor, I didn't get to buy purchase my condo. And when I was about to sell my condo, I was like, it makes sense for me to just become a realtor because I can just get paid off of the sale of my condo. And I think it makes perfect sense for people to just become both, just to have that opportunity, if anything. Because imagine during this coronavirus, nobody thought they were going to be losing their jobs. Unfortunately, a lot of people did. And if they either had a real estate license or a loan signing agent notary license, basically, they might have been in a different position to be able to take care of their families.
And this is another thing with kind of the uniqueness of the time we're in. Like in New Jersey, you could never go to real estate school online until until COVID-19. So I know people, like several people, that went and got their real estate license just because they could do it online, and they didn't have to take off work, or they didn't have to, adjust their schedule in any kind of crazy way to do it. They had extra time to do it, because they're working from home, they're traveling less, all of that stuff. So if it makes sense for you, then now is like probably the best time to take advantage of, that opportunity.
Yeah, 100% agree. 100% agree. So Victor, thank you for being on the channel. Thank you for taking the time out to support the Rich Crew. What's your YouTube channels? Remember, he has 2, so subscribe to both.
So there's Victor Chambers, which is just my notary loan signing channel, and then there's Victor Chambers Real Estate. I also have a music channel, but that's for another conversation. But Victor Chambers is my notary loan signing agent channel, and then Victor Chambers Real Estate is my realtor channel, which is focused on educating people about real estate and buyers and sellers and all of that stuff.
Cool. And if you're looking to buy or sell in New Jersey, Victor is the man. He has the experience behind it. You know it. You just heard it. Reach out to him. It's a free consultation. Real estate agents let me point this out too. This is a side note and a little nugget. Real estate agents, at least in New York, correct me if I'm wrong, in terms of the buyer side, do not get paid by the buyer. 9 times out of 10, they get paid from the seller side. I just want to point that out. So you're not risking anything by contacting Victor for New Jersey or me for New York. So reach out if you're looking to buy a house. Victor, thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you. I'm going to end it the way I always end it. In order to be rich, you got to take action. You got to take action in order to be rich. Peace.